Hi, I'm John.
I'm Dylan.
Welcome to JCHS Today.
I hope everyone had a great Thanksgiving break. Now let's go to sports.
Hello and welcome back to your Sports Inside. Let's get into it. Today, the wrestling team will be traveling to Jeff Davis High School for a big wrestling tournament. Also, the wrestling team placed first place Saturday at Locust Grove Invitational. Great job to them. The basketball team has also been doing really well. They've defeated Newton Grove Tuesday, and they are traveling Northside this Saturday, so good luck to them. Earlier this week, Cameron sat down with Coach Gilhouse for a new sports section we're going into, so let's get to know more coaches.
So, Coach Gilhouse, you're 4-2 in duels. You just won the Locust Grove Invitational, and you've got a big duels tournament coming up this weekend. How do you think it's going to go?
We're excited about it. The Locust Grove tournament was a good. We kind of shifted late to go there, and so the shift in the mindset from a duels tournament to an individual tournament, and then being able to go out and compete when the tournament was big. And then this upcoming weekend at Jeff Davis is a big duels tournament. It's kind of what we use. We'll use year after year as a benchmark to see how our program's going. It's a really good, really big duels tournament where a lot of good teams are there. And so it's exciting to see kind of how we change how we compete against the different teams year after year.
What made you transition from a football coach to a wrestling coach?
Becoming a wrestling coach was never one of my initial plans in coaching. I started out as a basketball coach, coaching basketball, transitioning coaching basketball and football. And then after my third year coaching basketball, I just kind of knew it was time to make a change there. And I met with the head of school at John Milledge Academy, where I was at the time, and talked with him about not coaching basketball anymore. And he said, well, how about starting a wrestling program? And I said, we can think about it. So, I'm could possibly be interested in. And then I said, we'll talk about it. And about 2 months later, I got my teaching contract and said, head varsity wrestling coach. And so that was almost 11 years ago. So I've been coaching wrestling since. When I came to Jones County, I was coaching football and wrestling. Coach Crook decided it was time for a change for he and his family. His son was graduating, and he wanted to step back. And Coach Bill asked me at the time, Coach Bill and Mr. Rackley asked if I would be interested in becoming the head wrestling coach. And I knew that to give the wrestling program everything that it deserved, I couldn't continue to coach football time-wise. And so I just needed to be all in on wrestling.
What kind of coach do you present yourself to be, and do you think your players will look at you as a role model?
I would hope so. I try to invest in them. I want them to know how much we care about them and how we use wrestling as a means to teach them how to be a better man and how to grow and how to something we're doing right now is spend a lot of time talking about mindset training and how to control your thoughts, how to control your self-talk. And that's just not something that is specific to wrestling, but really anything in life.
Do you think coaching is more than teaching the kids how to play or learn how to do the sport?
Definitely. I think great coaches are called to coach. I think it's kind of their purpose in life is to mentor and help young people grow and learn how to become better people, not just better wrestlers or basketball players, football players, whatever coach it is. But I think it's an opportunity to really help affect change in young people's lives.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Cameron.
Thanks, Colby. Sports are great, huh? Unified is always playing some type of sports. Let's learn more about it.
Unified started in 2006, and it was the pilot program for the state of Georgia and one of the first inclusive PEs in the United States, actually. So we started it because we saw a need for our students to be able to just basically hang out with their peers. So myself and Miss Autumn Chapman, who is in the ELA department, we started the program, and we started it by just simply polling students to see who was interested in actually joining the new program.
What is your goal with Unified?
Our goal is basically to have our students play on inclusive teams with their peers and be able to just have fun and be a part of the school. I think they should join Unified because it's one of the best classes here. And I've told that for many of the partners and athletes that like athletics and you're competitive, you get to compete at least 5 to 6 times a year. And I just think it just brings us, they become friends.
If you'd like to join Unified, you can get an application starting in January. You can get it from Miss Bodnachuk's room at 406 on the Blacktop.
Now for a special announcement from Mr. Petrick.
Morning, Jones County High School. Mr. Petrick here. I am the second-rate guy again. What I want to talk to you about a little bit is Mr. Ackley preaches above-the-line behavior every single day. I do not seem to get to deal with the above-the-line behavior people. Instead, I have 700 or 800 referrals right here, probably 20 to 30 a day. But to try and promote above-the-line behavior, we're going to be having a special day, December 13th, through PBIS, where we're going to award kids that have 0 behavior referrals, 3 or less absences from school for the semester, and passing all grades. So I started with a lot, over 800, and Mr. Higginbotham and I spent many hours yesterday going through the criteria, and we've narrowed it down. I'm not going to tell you the exact amount, but there still are a good amount of students. We would like to have more than what we have, but what this will entail is we're going to have some volunteers here helping. We're going to cook hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, chicken strips, and during your lunch, plus you'll have a choice of a drink. Plus your lunch, you get to hang out in the gym. So there's a benefit to doing what you're supposed to do, being above the line behavior. It's going to be very locked down in the sense that every student who makes the cut will get a email. So in order to come to this function, you're going to have to show a copy of this email to a person at the door to get in. So be mindful. When we call this out, we'll announce it tomorrow or the next day. It's going to take a long time for me to type that many emails. But if you get a copy of an email, you will be able to come. So be on the lookout for that. So as Mr. Ackley says, keep above the line behavior. Make sure we're passing our classes. The end of semester is in about 3 weeks. So make sure we're doing what we're doing. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Petrick.
Now let's give it to Noah for your weekly weather report.
Hey y'all, I'm Noah Scoggins, and here's your weather forecast. Looks like we're gonna have some sun today, and it's gonna be pretty warm compared to what it has been. But it may also be a little cold, I'm not sure. It's Georgia, the weather is all over the place. Now this weekend, we should have some thunderstorms on Saturday, and then moving on into Sunday, we'll see some clouds. Now, moving on into next week, we may see some rain. It's very likely. And after that, on Tuesday and Wednesday, it'll just be clouds, maybe a little bit of precipitation, but not a lot. And then on Thursday, we'll finally see the sun again. Now that's all for your weather. Now over to John and Dylan for the rest of your news.
Thanks, Noah.
That's all we have for today.
I'm John,
I'm Dylan.
and this has been JCHS Today.
Have a great afternoon.